Do you understand that what you're creating is you? You're not creating money. You're creating a more prosperous you. You're creating a more abundant you. You're creating a you with greater ease. You're creating a you with greater opportunity. You're creating a you with more opportunity for more fun. It's you. You are the expander of you. You are the creator of you see. So when we say that this vibrational reality exists, it is a reality that exists, and it's not just a reality that exists, it's a vivid reality that exists. It's the larger part of you that exists in it, and you really owe it to you to keep up with it. So, but then humans say, no, I need to look at my reality as far as it is manifested. And we say, that's past tense as far as we are concerned. If you can just accept that this vibrational reality is what is present tense. And in this powerful now, if you don't keep up with the present tense of your now reality, if you're looking at the and people say, but no, this is really recent, Abraham. I just checked my bank account just now. And we say, when you're talking about what's manifested, it's really past tense. Present tense is what's over here. And that's what you want to turn your undivided attention toward. So as you turn your undivided attention toward it, then what you begin doing, you begin affirming. Now this is so important. You begin affirming what's in your vibrational reality, which is the leading edge, most present tense that there is. That's who you really are. That other stuff, that's old news. Hear what we're saying. In other words, you have to practice your vibration. And in other words, if you say, I want more money, but I don't have enough, but I want more money, but I don't have enough, but I want more money, but I really like to have more money, but there isn't enough, or then you just keep going back and forth, and you don't practice any vibration that makes for any difference in your experience. So one of the things that's really interesting that is going on is that as you're exploring life and you're putting your requests for more dollars over here into your vibrational escrow, as your vibrational escrow, which includes more dollars and more of all of the things you want, as it becomes more, your responsibility to remain or become and remain a vibrational match to it becomes more intense. Everything has vibration. There is nothing that does not have vibration. But do you really want piles of money? It's quite a lot of trouble. And do you realize that every time you feel discouraged, or every time you feel afraid, or every time you feel annoyed, every time you have a conversation that there isn't enough, that you are actually practicing a vibration of not enough? Do you know about affirmations? So once you get into your vortex, something like, there are many, many different things. Money and the law of attraction cards. Now these were put together as affirmations. So, and a lot of people will sit outside the vortex and look at those cards as a means to try to get into the vortex. It's not the way we would use them at all. We'd get in the vortex and then we'd look at the cards. We'd get in the vortex and then we would look at the cards. We would practice the vibration of being in the vortex once you're in the vortex. You see what we're getting at? Mm-hmm. If you're not in the vortex and you're upset that you're not in the vortex, does it make you go in the vortex? No. If you beat up on yourself for not being in the vortex, does it help you get in the vortex? If somebody says you're not in the vortex, does that help? I told you should be in the vortex. Does that help? No. You just have to find a way. And so you see a rainbow, you're in the vortex. Your cat rubs on your legs, you're in the vortex. A baby smiles at you or burps on you. Well, maybe not that, but you're in the vortex. So now you're in the vortex. Now when you realize that you're in the vortex, now do something about practicing the vibration. Why am I in the vortex? What is it about this moment in time? Jerry and Esther are doing this all the time. What is it about this moment in time that feels so good? What is it? Is it the conversation we were having? Is it the thoughts that we were having? Is it something that we're observing? What is it about this moment that feels so good? Milk it. Stay there. Define it. Hold yourself in the vibrational pattern of it. Repeat. Read the affirmations from inside the vortex. Take your favorite music into the vortex. In other words, practice the vibration of being in the vortex. And then when the bill comes or the concern comes or the I can't do that feeling comes and you realize that the vortex has spit you out for a moment, now it's much easier for you to get back into the vortex. It's just everything is vibrational, and everything that is vibrational is mental, and everything that is mental is thought, and everything that is thought is energy, and everything that is energy is thought, and everything that's energy is words, and everything that is words is thought, and everything that's thought is vibration. In other words, it doesn't matter what way you use to define it, you are vibrational beings, and you just have to practice the feeling of prosperity. So you imagine going somewhere just because you want to on a whim, and you imagine being there and exploring it and getting to do whatever you want. You find the feeling place of it. When you find the emotion of it, you have nailed the vibration of it. So you just get there and practice it, and get there and practice it. So then, let's say you've been there. You've been, some say, fantasizing. Well, what is fantasizing? By fantasizing or imagining, what we mean by that is focusing upon the now reality of the vibrational vortex of creation. In other words, you're focusing upon the leading edge of thought. Yes, it may not have manifested, but everything that you see that is manifested is first a vibration, and it's a vibrational pattern that is strong enough that it begins then to bring to it all of necessary components, you see. The thing that we want you to hear from us is that when you take a subject like money, that without meaning to, you've practiced quite a bit of lackful vibration. So then when you say, okay, I'm going to bring a subject that I have practiced a lot of lackful vibration about, and I'm going to clean up my vibration about it. And we say, why? And you say, because I need money to have travel. And we say, no, you don't. You just need to not have a resistance that keeps you from the travel that you want. And money is taking you to resistance. The subject of money is almost a sure path to activating resistance. Have you ever been in a department store? Esther remembers it vividly. Found the most beautiful blouse she had ever seen. And when she saw the price tag, she said a very bad word. You would have edited it from the tape. She was angry that they would deprive her of this blouse by putting that kind of a price tag on it. And so her belief that she needed the money for the blouse was a much more resistant path than if she could have just found a way to appreciate the fabric and appreciate the blouse and appreciate the people who made it and appreciate the people who distributed it and appreciate the person who had the idea of it and appreciate the store that put it there where she could see it and appreciate the idea that she could wear it. In other words, you make it harder for yourselves when you think you have to figure out how and where and when and who. If you could just take the vibrational reality at its fullness, if you could just, that's why we just want to get you in the vortex where you'll have full view of everything that you've put there, you see. So it's an interesting thing. You could have 10 subjects in your life, 9 of them that are pretty worrisome and one that's really positive, and you could focus upon the one that's positive and use it as your reason to be in the vortex, and the other 9 would solve themselves because all of those problems put requests for all of those solutions. We're not kidding you. Do you understand law of attraction? Do you understand the cooperative component that law of attraction is always gathering? Do you, first of all, do you accept that you are vibrational beings? Yes. Do you accept that your emotion is your indicator of your relationship with your vortex? So can you see how worry or concern or discomfort about anything is an indication that you're not in the vortex? So there's no subject to have other than how I can get into the vortex. So we could write thousands of books. There are millions of people that are reading so much information about how to do things differently. And we say, get in the vortex and then act. Get in the vortex and then think. Get in the vortex and then speak. Get in the vortex, get in the vortex, get in the vortex. So let's get in the vortex. So when we tell you your vortex of creation is now reality, and you begin looking at it as now reality, and you train your vibration, now the manifestations have to catch up with it. It is law, you see. So whatever you're living is always an indication of vibration. Whatever you're living. The money in your bank, the way your body looks and feels, everything that you're living is an indication of vibration. You have to find a way of distracting yourself from your awareness that the money isn't there. In other words, you can't vibrate on the not enough money into the stick and the enough money into the stick at the same time. In other words, and so do you realize that you have, through life, you have put many requests into your vortex? Do you realize that? Well, you're making it more complicated than it needs to be, because all day, every day, you put your requests into your vortex. So the only thing that is keeping you from having the money that you've requested is your awareness that it isn't there yet.